While there are many bodybuilders with muscular appeal and enhanced looks, there are also some with the worst shape that can make us cringe. Sure, this sport is full of amazingly cut muscular stunning bodybuilders who possess tremendous mass and symmetry, but let's be honest, only a handful of them are born with such potential. Whether it stems from deficiencies in genetics or disastrous coaching, these physiques stand out for all the improper purposes. Join us as we reveal the most disastrous results of people who, despite their best efforts, fell short of the Mr. Olympia dream. First up is Cesar Mendable, hailing from Venezuela, and his infamous abs and thighs pose caught everyone's attention for all the wrong reasons. His lower abdomen, which some would call a truly fatal flaw, protrudes far over the sides above the hip line, making it uneven and highly unbalanced. This misalignment is further compounded by a very prominent white line, which divides his abdominal muscles. Despite these glaring issues, Mendable was able to secure his place in the bodybuilding community. Mendable's profile has competed at a weight of 129 kilograms, showcasing his massive size. In 2012, he competed at the PBW Championships Tampa Pro, where he landed 16th place among competitors, who were led by Sean Roden, a former Mr. Olympia whose muscularity is highly defined. Moreover, his photos from various competitions don't show his muscles that are as hard and defined as those of IFBB professional bodybuilders. Of course, he doesn't have a large stomach, which seems to be popular among bodybuilding athletes currently in the market. But he certainly does not have the proper proportional musculature that is expected when a man wants to become a bodybuilding champion. In general, his silhouette is far from ideal. His excessive belly fat, for instance, means that giant people can hardly become champions in bodybuilding, despite their massive muscles. Mendable's case shows how important hereditary, education, and possibly some measure of good fortune are to have the perfect bodybuilding shape. Next, Kenny Oneal's physique is often criticized for his unnatural and misshapen shoulders. Appearing in the public space in 2016 after a contest in Canada, his fame, which rapidly rose, was connected with his shoulders. If it was the synthol implants or inflammation, his shoulders were overly massive and too large in comparison to the rest of his body, stimulating curiosities. Oneill's physical appearance on stage, which people referred to as spongy, did not have the sharpness and chiseled nature that participants envisioned. His shoulders, instead of being one of his attractive features, became a laughter amongst youth. The noticeable inflammation caused by injections gave them a swollen appearance, as captured in numerous photos from his competitions. Still, the setbacks expressed above were not enough to dampen the spirit of Oneill. When speaking to reporters of RX Muscle, Oneill outright said that he was going for a pro card and planned on bringing out something truly special once he went on stage. He also stated his engagements in other activities, implying that bodybuilding was just a side interest of his. However, he could not conceal his self-centric attitude and the administration of injections to manage his shoulder muscles at the expense of health and looks. Moving on to Hani Saleeb, originally from Egypt, has come under a lot of criticism for having somewhat strange, nearly square-shaped muscles. This is rather peculiar, along with the absence of muscle definition and certain ripped-up sections of his torso, which distorts his muscular balance. One of the most visible ones can be described as a damaged left pectoral muscle, as well as the deformation on the left shoulder, the damage to which also includes the biceps brachii and triceps brachii muscles. He also has a weirdly outgrown belly button that you cannot ignore. Despite this, these flaws have not been underestimated by the bodybuilding fraternity. Salib has also been featured on Nick's Strength and Power, where he was highlighted in a video titled, "Everything Wrong with Bodybuilding." It placed him as the icon of sport's possible ill effects, wherein focus was made on his physical problems. Also, there are signs of synthol use or the use of some sort of implant adding to his confusion. Beyond bodybuilding, Salib has a career in wrestling, performing under the name Melvin Maximus. According to the IWD website and an online wrestling database, he has wrestled in more than 168 matches. Despite his efforts in both fields, the peculiarities of his physique often overshadow his accomplishments. His square muscle shapes and lack of separation make him stand out negatively, illustrating the impact of potential substance abuse and injuries on a bodybuilder's form. Then we have Big Lenny from Delray Beach, Florida, who's considered a typical representative of Palumboism, and the matter is attended by the fact that he pays much attention to his muscles, which are even rather extreme. He is a massive bodybuilder, with his off-season measurements being a height of 139 centimeters and a weight of 154 kilograms. though on stage he is considerably lighter at 140 kg. However, his abdomen, which has a protruded, bloated, and elongated look, has significantly altered his silhouette and physique. Lenny's long list of competition participation is surprisingly extensive, but his physique has been consistently criticized. Videos of him posing in NPC competitions date back as far as 2004, when his bloated midsection and disproportionate physique were already evident. Despite competing in numerous competitions over the years, including footage from 2006, 2014, and 2017, his physique has shown little improvement. As for the term Palumboism's king, Lenny attends getting this title. However, that originated with Dave Palumbo, who is incredibly sturdy with great muscle hardness and mass. But like any that experienced Palumboism, he was never able to rectify his midsection. Although Lenny's body is robust and muscular, his body symmetry is significantly distorted by his abdomen. He is one of the bodybuilders who tried to break all the barriers and become a world-class athletic figure, but was limited by genetics and possible other issues. Despite competing from 1990 to 2004 and participating in 27 events, Lenny never achieved professional status. Next is Jason Genova, who despite his classic V-taper physique and impressive quads and calf muscles, has faced criticism for his uneven muscle development. Coming from Los Angeles, California, Jason is known for his charisma and online presence, gaining over 100,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel before its deletion. While Genova has displayed athletically built legs, the upper body area has not been as well developed, thus giving him a distorted look. Their disproportion is most disturbing in his chest and back area, since these muscles are not as evident as his quads and calves. For instance, in most of the competition photos and videos, his upper body does not have the correct physique as the lower body parts do. These categories are consistent with what has been mentioned in the forums of bodybuilding and nutrients or critique videos. Furthermore, conditioning is often unpredictable and untidy in Genova. In the NPC Rugby Classic that was held in 2015, where he settled for 3rd place, his muscle density and genetic separation from the skin were not as distinct and as clear as that of his counterparts. Some videos of this competition showed that while his muscles were less defined, he was not on the right diet and training to put him in the right shape. This softness may be viewed in his belly area that never sported the toned abs, which are vital for bodybuilding events. Last but not least, we have Markus Rühl from Darmstadt, West Germany, whose muscles are enormously developed, but too wide a waist and the block shape disappoints. Rühl began training at 19 after a knee injury ended his football career. At 120 kilograms, he trained hard 6 days a week before deciding to compete professionally 5 years later. Rühl's wide waist disrupted the ideal V-taper that is highly valued in bodybuilding. This blocky midsection was frequently pointed out during competitions and in bodybuilding critiques. For instance, during the 2002 Mr. Olympia competition, Rühl's massive frame was overshadowed by his wide waist, which detracted from his overall symmetry. Photos and videos from this event show how his midsection expanded in a way that disrupted the flow of his physique, making his upper body appear less pronounced. His blocky build was another point of contention. While Rühl possessed incredible muscle mass, the lack of aesthetic balance made his physique appear cumbersome. This was particularly noticeable in side poses, where his wide waist and thick torso did not taper into a narrow waist, which is a hallmark classic of bodybuilding physiques. Competitors like Jay Cutler and Dexter Jackson, who possessed more tapered waists and balanced proportions, often placed higher in competitions despite Rühl's greater muscle mass. Additionally, Rühl's conditioning was inconsistent. Achieving the necessary muscle definition and vascularity proved challenging for him. For example, in the 2004 Arnold Classic, his muscle mass was undeniable, but his physique lacked the crispness and detail seen in top competitors. His muscles appeared full, but not as sharply defined, which is crucial for high placements in bodybuilding contests. In the world of bodybuilding, achieving the perfect physique is a complex balance of muscle mass, symmetry, and conditioning. While some bodybuilders have become legends, others like Cesar Mendable and Markus Rühl have faced significant challenges. So, what do you think? Who do you believe faced the toughest battle with their physique? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into the world of bodybuilding. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.